Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back with more Supergirl. Last episode was a Lex-centered episode. Going back, showing his connections again throughout this season, seeing his or mainly post-crisis stuff, showing his hand and everything, his manipulations, that he's the reason why Alex and Kara's father was killed, or why he died, because he's sick. Eve, right? Eve on him. Sorry. Telling her that he's the one that killed her father, right? Yeah, killed her father working for Leviathan. He made the Margot. He used her as kind of like the scapegoat for the mass of people that had gone missing because of the lenses that Gamma was using to I'm trying to remember. No, the reasoning behind that was the bug, right? Like Lex did something, and they were trying to figure it out. I think is what it was. Turns out. Then Gamma's plan is apparently to just kill a bunch of people with the lenses. And he's tricked Gamma into thinking that Kara's the issue, which she kind of is. I mean, they're gonna try to. They're planning to try to stop Leviathan, but they haven't necessarily, other than with whatever the dude's name was. They haven't really directly interacted with them. Let's see. I think that's it. Lena and Kara almost started to slowly patch things up. Lex got in the way of that as well, because he's Lex and douchebag. Yeah, that's it.
I can't breathe. I think he's claustrophobic. I gotta get out of here!
Oh God. Don't kill Maz, please. Come on.
People could have died. My friends could have died.
3 months ago, you said that Leviathan was our biggest threat. That if we didn't defeat them, the global repercussions would be catastrophic. Millions dead, us and the supers included. I don't want your friends to die either. But sometimes, for the greater good, you have to break a few super eggs.
And you expect me to just stand back while Leviathan tries to kill my friends?
I expect you to trust the process.
Imagine a place where there's only peace, connection, unity. Where we can connect with everyone, past, present, and future.
Abstergo!
So, wait, this is the army buddy Malefic impersonated?
Yes, but this is the real Pete, and Kelly adores him.
So we see him again?
Alex.
Hey!
Kelly couldn't stop talking about you when she called. Did you spend a lot of time growing up in foreign countries?
No, we're Midvale born and raised.
Yep.
Although right now I feel a little like Eliza Doolittle. The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plains.
I'm sorry. Occupational hazard for a linguist. I can't turn it off.
Are you feeling okay after what happened in the elevator?
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Technology is the greatest evil mankind has ever faced.
See? Right there.
We're finally on the path to peace because of him. Because of you.
Well, I guess we were both in different places back then. But I gotta say, I'm really glad you're here now.
Still kind of weird for me, since I've watched Young Justice.
Excuse me.
No, don't leave him! No! Sorry? That was pretty decent reflexes. I mean, the dude did swing wild, but oh god. It's like smart zombies. At least they're not as strong. Oh wait, no, but he doesn't have endurance, I don't think. Ooh.
Supergirl, we stop the quake. We're gonna go put the town back together.
Thank you for the assistance. We'll take it from here.
Assistance? We found him. We get to question him first.
Absolutely not. Leviathan is the DEO's top priority.
No, Brainy, the DEO might be compromised. I have reason to believe that Lex has been working with Leviathan. You turn Ramakan into the DEO?
It's a 5 p.m. shift change. The new guard's gonna be coming on duty any second.
Run. Wait, what did he say? That's not a language I know.
Oh, what is it? Something's wrong.
My brain is being really slow. What's in here? Oh, what the? What do they need again? I forgot. Oh, I forgot I could do that. God dang. Okay, stop. Kara, quit. Kara, quit! Kryptonite? Jesus, that's so much.
Nia.
No! When you took off your inhibitors, I swore to be there for you no matter what. But maybe I was wrong. Because I don't know who this Brainy is. But I know I don't like him, and I definitely don't trust him. Tell me. Right here, right now.
I can't.
You can't play the game from both sides, Brainy.
Nana Cherry is dead. It doesn't work. It can't. It never could. Pain is a necessary part of being human, of life, and I was delusional to think that I could save people or fix it. You never change.
Uh-oh.
This was always all about you. Your megalomania. You knew my plan wouldn't work, that it was doomed. You were counting on it.
How dare you! I gave you the world, everything. I supported you. I sabotaged nothing, touched nothing. I set aside my own goals for you.
Because you needed to see your little project fail with your own eyes. To know the true depravity of humanity. To know that my way was the only way.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna win her over. Okay, so far so good.
We've lost the DEO, we've lost Brainy. It's okay.
Still weird. Still weird. I'm sorry. Just can't get used to it. It's gone. It must be really awkward with that suit.
I've got to get better at hiding. Maybe you should too.
What do you mean, like wear a mask?
Worked for my brother.
If you're gonna be a vigilante, you might as well go all the way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm down. Heck yeah. Oh, Jesus, Lex.
Burn it.
Oh, God.
See you tomorrow.
You manipulated you too, Brainy.
Oh, Docs. Of course I knew that you would rush in to help your little friends. You're all gooey hero on the inside. I don't have to be a genius to know that. But don't worry. Everything is right on track. Even the loss of the DEO is a tax write-off.
Dude, you are really bad at this.
I am really hoping that you will believe me right now. Hey. Lex is working with Leviathan, and they are going to use Obsidian to do something terrible. Using the system that I made with my project.
Snow.
Okay. At least she's back. Well, I mean, she's not. You know, she's not where she was before. She's not thinking what she's doing is right. She knew she was deluding herself. That this was the right choice. And you came to Kara wanting to help. So, okay. That's something sort of at least course corrected. I got everything else to deal with. God, man, poor Brainy, man. Brainy, Nia, all of them. Kara, Pete, Alex. Alex is gonna be a vigilante with the mask, the costume. She already has a costume, kind of, anyway. But you know, she's probably. I mean, I would. I was gonna say she probably would need a wig, or she could do it like what Kelly said, kind of at least more to more of an extent, like James, and actually wear a helmet, so she would have to worry about the hair being a giveaway. This was I thought this was a great episode. So much. It makes it so much worse that next week's the last episode we're gonna be able to get, until they can start filming the rest of the season. Well, I don't know about this, but like, because it's the rest of the season, but like, this is supposed to be, next week's supposed to be kind of counted as the finale, even though it's not the finale. I don't know. It just sucks. I don't know where it's gonna land, because I think it was usually 22 episodes a season now. So next episode wouldn't have been the finale, but it wouldn't have been the penultimate either. I think there would have been 3 episodes left. So I don't know. God, the thing that worries me the most as a long-term consequence is the fact when the team finds out about Brainy and that he's been working with Lex the whole time, like that's gonna put a barrier between them, like. Because Nia's already, for good reason, Nia's already not trusting him because of, the fact that he's kind of putting up a wall to protect them and to keep them finding out that he's working with Lex. But if they find out that he's working with Lex on top of this, it's gonna be even worse. Because Lex is like the #1 enemy. But I felt so bad for both Brainy. Brainy's so, you could just see he is bursting at the seams right now to tell everybody, like everybody he cares about, his friends, like that he's been working with Lex. Like, you know, he wants to warn them of something's happening, but he can't because it's against Lex's orders. Except for this moment was specifically because Lex wanted this to happen. But you know what I mean is, you know, he's throughout this whole thing he's been following Lex's orders, and he knows if he were to tell them, he's probably afraid that they won't want anything to do with him at all. Along with they'll do what they can to try to stop, you know, what Lex is doing, which will undo all of kind of Brainy's work, which would negate the torture he's been going through, or not negate, but put it at it'll put it in vain. So I hope they can get through this. I don't want this to be like I don't think that they would write off Jesse's character like that. I mean, it'll probably be a slow process of repairing their relationship. But I feel like they could work it out eventually. It would just take a while. Maybe, I don't know. I don't believe that. I'd like to believe that they wouldn't leave, like the writers wouldn't leave their friendship like shattered. But I mean, who knows? Because Brainiac 5 he's a good guy. He's not supposed to be a villain. I don't know if this would. I don't think that this would make him a villain, but because Nia's visions and she's seeing him playing with the cards that the Ramacon's on, kind of like manipulating him. She's kind of getting the fact, you know, that he's working with Lex, who's playing Leviathan. So that's one of the things that's bubbling up distrust with Brainy, along with obviously the part that he's been keeping distance from them. And the DEO is destroyed, and they got like a massive supply of kryptonite to use against Kara, which Brainy's pissed about, by the way. Freaking the scenes with Brainy have been so good. Whenever he's like, there's him and Lex at the very beginning, where he was evidently like doing his he was struggling not to push against Lex at that scene. And then of that scene with Lex, like you don't see him bark that much. You don't see him like lose his I don't know. You don't see him lose his cool to that extent, I guess. And it was just like, oh Jesus, okay, yeah, finally. Like you've been doing this whole, gone through this whole in his eyes useless time wasting process to help Lena, or to, you know, at least to help her go through what he feels is a tedious test or whatever, or as he said, I think, project, so that she can see on her own, so that she can see on her own that it was useless, that humans can't be fixed. Luckily, Lena realized that, you know, it's part of humanity to want to protect themselves, to survive, and to evolve. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It's just, you know, there's some moments where it can obviously go over the top at times. And then of course Lex saying that they should control them, that with them being the saviors, the Luthors being the saviors, the ones that lead the people. And I knew Lena's made it very obvious. Made it very clear that she doesn't want to control them. She just wants them to be at peace. She wants them to not want to harm each other. She's trying to get rid of that notion of them. So when Lex, as smart as Lex is, you would think he would know not to go that route, or at least to word it that way. And then him like shouting in her face, that definitely wasn't gonna win her over. I don't know what he was thinking there. I mean, he wasn't probably really thinking. He lost his cool, and he just lost it. And he blew up the prison. I mean, the whole thing didn't go up all at once. It was one bomb. It'll probably spread, but I mean, I really hope Maz or Steve, I think his name was Steve in there, isn't dead, man. He's the one good guy that we saw in there. And he's Maz, man. But I'm glad that at the very least that drove Lena to, finally understand what she was doing wasn't right. Good intentions aside, it wasn't the right thing to be doing. And she went to Kara for help. She wanted to inform them of Lex's plans, and Leviathan's plans, and what she inadvertently had done. She helped with their plan in a way. She gave him the means, or at least the idea. She wants to help them. So there's that. At least she's back. I was really hoping. I didn't think they would make Lena permanently against Kara. I just didn't know what it would take to bring her back. I'm glad she's back. At least she doesn't hate Kara. She admitted that she was hurt, very very hurt, and she was just trying to get rid of it by by that method, and she realized it wasn't the way to go. So hopefully. I mean, it's going to take time for Kara because she was hurt by what happened, throughout this season and what happened at the fortress. So this is going to take some time to mend on her end for them to both work things out. But she's willing to listen to Lena, so she put the mass of the people, in front of her hurt. So hopefully it won't be too long. I mean, again, because the season's not going to be able to be finished, I mean, I don't know how far they'll get. By the finale that they finish next, whenever they get back to it, we'll see what happens there. But I'm really frustrated. Like, Andrea, she seems really intent on wanting to, to help people, but she's not taking the caution to make sure that they're not put in danger. She's like, it'll be fine. I'm sure of it. It's like you really should, like, when people's lives are on the line, you should really, make sure everything is taken care of, that there's no possibility of putting them in danger. But I mean, especially with the way that you seem to really want to help people, but you're just like, no, I don't hear anything about it. Now, granted, she unfortunately doesn't have anything to really base it off of, because again, with Eve, unfortunately, there's no record or any evidence that they presented her that she has any involvement or that there's anything wrong with it. But I mean, the fact that on the news there was these people, I don't know if they mentioned like it was the lenses or anything. I don't know I don't remember if they mentioned or anything. What was like why they were all gathered together. In cots, or I think they were in cots when they found them, and how they were just all unconscious. I don't know if that was let out, but I mean, people. I'm pretty sure it was word was going out that people were going unconscious when they have lenses on, and then they would disappear when they were supposed to be in the hospital, but they weren't there. So I mean, I don't know. I feel like she should be looking more into this than she is, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm hoping for her because I mean, obviously before we thought she was just kind of like a terrible, not great person, but she's through the trouble she had when she was dealing with Leviathan in the first place, and then now things are different on Earth Prime. I don't know. It's just we'll see what happens. That's a lot of kryptonite they got. Like, what are they? I don't know what they're gonna be doing. At least maybe now Lena can make a kryptonite suit. or I guess that's what it's called, like a lead suit or whatever. I mean, Ramakan was like, whoa. And she was like, what's it, Gamine? She's like, you know what this weapon is, you know what it needs. I don't know what that would be. Because it's not the amulet, because Andrea still has the amulet. Yeah, I don't know. And that William's been kidnapped. So that's not great. I don't know what he was thinking. This dude is like super obvious. Like, I know he was behind her, so he was like, she obviously can't see me, but I'm like, dude, come on. What if there's other people that show up that, like, maybe you'd be passing by and they see you, like, you know, kind of creeping about, you know, being a little, you know, suspicious and creepy looking. Like, come on. Can you be a little more inconspicuous? Like walk normally? And I don't know, man. You're too close. Not that I'm an expert at trailing anybody, but I mean, I played enough video games where you don't do that, okay? Assassin's Creed, that teaches you anything. It tells you how to track people without being spotted. I mean, sometimes you mess up there too, but I mean, you know, that's just, it was just super obvious. But they, you know, I think it was Eve. I mean, I'm assuming, considering she was the one that he was following, but I mean, it could have been somebody else with Eve or whatever, that Lex had. I don't know. But he's been captured. I don't know. Maybe they'll just knock him unconscious and put him back at his house. I don't think they would. That might be like a threat on its own. Like, don't mess with this person. We know where you live. We know how to get to you easily. I don't know. Or they will have him tied to a chair somewhere and interrogate, or just kill him. I don't know. Threaten to kill him if he doesn't. In fact, if I know. Freaking Obsidian, the speech Andrea gave earlier, it sounded a lot. For anybody that's played Assassin's Creed, it sounded a lot like Abstergo, like the Templars. That was just me. I mean, there's, you know, Leviathan backing them. With what's her face, Gamine being like the goddess of technology or whatever she is. I don't know. I know it's not what they're going for. Maybe it is, but like, you know, like Leviathan's kind of like supposed to be sort of Illuminati-ish kind of group, I guess. It just, I mean, obviously that's kind of what the Templars are. So it just felt a lot like that. Nothing. Just something that was funny. It's really sad that Caro, this episode was really like honing in on the fact that Lena being a villain, that we'll take down both Luthors. Expecting Lena working with Leviathan. I mean, she didn't have a reason not to think so. I mean, the fact that she showed up and then the Morai showed up afterwards. So I mean, she had reason to suspect, but I mean, I still hated that. Like, unfortunately, Lena hadn't given her reason to think otherwise. So, but luckily, I think things are squared off, at least for the most part. We'll see. I was surprised to see Ramakan again, though. So, because I've been wondering where he's been. Like, I think whenever they show Gamine at the place, I don't think they've ever shown Ramakan. I don't think. Whenever she's been at the. Did they ever show her go back in? I don't remember. Well, he was cuffed though, so they said he messed up somewhere. Like, what happened the first part of the season before Crisis, and then everything changed? Did that still happen? Because I mean, they said Mia said that Ramakan hasn't been seen in a century or something like that. So I mean, I think that was saying like that hadn't happened. I don't know. Another thing I thought was strange was the fact that the image inducer was it that visible, that evident? Because I mean, that didn't look subtle. Maybe I wasn't looking at it as it was going. Maybe he just slowed it down enough to where it, like, maybe normally it like played normally, it just like flickered and you had to you really had to be watching. But I mean, I feel like enough people would see it. Maybe they I mean, image inducers, I believe, are pretty common knowledge. I think Lena's the one that created them, or at least I think. Right? Didn't she? I don't remember. Like somewhere in season 2 or something like that. Season 2, season 3. I don't remember. feel like, I know Brainy had, but I don't know if that was already whatever. Point of the matter is, I feel like that should have been picked out by anybody, or at least more than just William. But they should have shown that to Andrea, but that would help their argument really too much. It was cool to see Sean Astin in here again, his character, and not like, you know, the Malefic or bad Malefic version of him was trying to kill Kelly. I don't know. It's always just nice to see Sean Astin in something these days. And I do feel bad for him though, because with them bringing Leviathan and dumping that on his lap, it's put him and his wife in danger. So that kind of sucks. I'm assuming it was Eve that was shooting at them, maybe, and now they got it might be Lex that has people watching their house. So yeah, I think, let me just double check here. I think that's it. I mean, there's a lot going on, but yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I'm glad that Lena's finally understood, like, that she can't be doing this. That what she, while she had good intentions, what she was doing wasn't right and probably wouldn't work. But I hate that she, like, you know, had to come to that realization after all this, after all her hard work trying to better people, trying to, in her eyes, better people. But now we gotta. Nia's, I mean, fairly not trusting Brainy. There's the possibility of the team finding out. I don't know if it'll be next episode or whenever the other episodes are filmed and put out. We had Alex, who might be donning a mask, which will be cool. I'm excited to see what the design of that, and maybe she'll get another costume. I don't know what that'll be, and maybe she can learn to use that gun better. That really cool, Martian, I forgot what it's called, but that would be really cool. I mean, can you imagine running into that kind of a vigilante, just like someone for one who like can kick butt regardless, but then has like this weapon that like changes to essentially anything handheld? That'd be so cool, and terrifying, obviously. But yeah, freaking Leviathan has a bunch of kryptonite now. That sucks. But to like their whole supply, I think. I don't know if there was anything left up there, and I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware that they had kryptonite. I feel like I don't remember if they've mentioned it or not. And then William's been taken. Lena's coming to Kara, so hopefully we're gonna get things worked out and help in getting things moving along and taking out Leviathan and stopping Lex. And I don't know if that's gonna lead them to Lex and Brainy. There's just so much that's happening and that could go wrong. And the biggest thing that one of the biggest things I'm worried about is just the fallout with Brainy. I'm gonna be sad about that. But guys, that's it for this week's episode of Supergirl. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see next week's episode, go and click the subscribe button. Thank you all for sticking around throughout this while the videos have been slowed down, as I know I keep saying, but I just want you to know how much I appreciate it. Again, Patreon's down for the time being until everything gets back up. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you guys next week.